Local production costs for this program have been obtained through grants from the City National Bank of Murphysboro, Frederick J's Restaurant of Murphysboro, First Federal Savings and Loan of Sparta and its branches in Carbondale, Murphysboro, and Steelville, and the Lustor Corporation in Murphysboro. Additional funding has been received from Mills Distributing and Catalog Showroom, the Vinigoni Distributing Company of Murphysboro, Williams Air Conditioning and Heating of Murphysboro, and from Pin Aluminum north of Murphysboro.
Hello again, and welcome to the 31st Annual Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade. And folks, you have the best seat in the house. I'm Irv Kelpie, along with Lori Thompson, and we're here to bring you coverage of this colorful event, the biggest event in Southern Illinois. And of course, it's all live, coming to you right from Murphysboro as it happens. Lori, a beautiful day. Isn't that great?
Beautiful. I don't think we could have ordered better weather. This morning when I woke up and I saw that rain about 8 o'clock, I kind of grimaced, but I don't think we could have ordered a more beautiful day. The temperature is around 70 degrees. The sun's out, so if you're not here, you should be here. Grab your lawn chair and come on down because it's going to be a beautiful day and a beautiful parade.
And you know, there's a capacity crowd on hand. Where's the mayor? The mayor was just here.
Sidney Appleton, he was lurking around
here.
here.
We want to say hello to Sid Appleton, who is the mayor of Murphysboro. And this now is the 4th year we've been here to do this parade. It gets bigger and better every year. Of course, 31 years the parade's been going on. We have at least 15,000 people lining the streets here, waiting for this parade to begin. It's just a few minutes away. We're happy that you're here with us. And they're going to be over 160 units in this parade. And Marion Nash promises it will be the biggest parade ever. Of course, Marion tells us that every year. And you know what? He's right. Every year.
That's right. And apple is definitely king here in Murphysboro today. They've got apple cider, caramel apples, just about anything having to do with apples that you'd care to want. They have it here. It's a beautiful day for it, and we're going to have a good time. The parade should be starting in just a few minutes, and like Irv said, we have over 160 entries from as far away as St. Louis. Lots of drill teams, lots of marching bands, lots of beautiful floats, and of course, the princess and prince contestants, as well as the queen contestants. And Miss Illinois, Jolly Jeffers, is going to be here today, and I believe Jim Thompson is scheduled to be the Grand Marshal, and he's here, isn't he, Irv?
Right, and listen, if you're driving around in a little while, you know, going to go out and do some shopping. If you're home right now saying, hey, the parade, I might watch it, fine. But if you live in the vicinity of Murphysboro, you still have time to come over and catch a lot of this parade. So, of course, we're happy to have you right there in front of your TV set watching, too, because this is a big event. We are situated here at the reviewing stand. As we said, we have the best seat in the house. You're taking a look now at some of the people in the crowd who are enjoying this parade. There are clowns and balloons everywhere, something for all the kiddies. You know, the events have been going on for some time now, and I think we're going to show you now some tapes that our production crew did in the days past. The festivities here at Murphysboro have been going on since Thursday. There have been all kinds of things like apple peeling contests and pie baking and auctions. And why don't we roll one of these tapes, fellas, and take a look at something that's going on, that has been going on here during the Apple Festival as we get ready for this parade. That's just a couple of minutes away now. But we want to show you some of the things, the apple pie contest I think we're going to be showing.
You will feel like your life depends upon it.
Okay, that's part of the crowd now, part of the over 15,000 people who are already here on hand to view the 31st annual Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade. And you're watching it here on channels 8 and 16. We have a little program note we want to pass along to you right here as we're waiting. We're going to try to get the Mayor, Sid Appleton, up here on October 5th, Tuesday night, October 5th at 7:30, WSIU TV, WUSI TV, and WSIU FM will broadcast the governor's debate live from McLeod Theater in the Communications Building. WSIU TV and WSIU FM will originate separate feeds, live feeds to other stations throughout the state. It's a big event, and we're very happy and honored to be carrying the governor's debate. It's sponsored by the League of Women Voters, and that's a little program reminder we sent along to you. Tuesday, October 5th at 7:30. Mark that on your calendar. The governor's debate between Jim Thompson and Adlai Stevenson. Well, Lori, look at this crowd.
I know. I'm real pleased with it, real happy to be here. And like we said a few minutes ago, we're going to try to get Sidney Appleton up here, but I think Sidney went to cop some apple cider because he left for a couple minutes, but we'll try to get him up here and later on in the parade. And like Irv said, it's a big one, and it's it's an ideal day for it. So you ought to stop by. The crowd here is prepared to have a good time. They've got their lawn chairs, they've got their soft drinks, they've got their thermoses. They're relaxing, and they're going to have a good time today, and we're glad you could be here with us at the Apple Day Parade.
All kinds of food. We can smell that delicious barbecue.
Sure can.
And as Lori said, plenty of apples and apple cider. We had some of that delicious apple cider a little while ago. You'll see a lot of clowns in this parade. A lot of things for the youngsters. And Marion Nash says it wouldn't dare rain on my parade. I think we had rain only 1 year in all these 31 years, and that didn't postpone the parade. It may have postponed it for an hour or two, but it didn't cancel it. So they've been pretty lucky. But last night, with all of the storm warnings that were out, we were a little worried too, but look at that beautiful sunshine. Now, there are a few white fleecy clouds in the sky, but it's just enough to kind of give us a little shade now and then. But you're going to get a beautiful glimpse of this parade and this crowd and the people who are on hand to enjoy it. So just kind of sit back and relax wherever you're watching this now. But as I said, if you are going to be driving around in a little while and heading towards Murphysboro, you still have plenty of time to come over and view this parade in person.
That's right. We're just about ready to roll. Just a few more minutes to the parade and a number of entries. You can find anything you want here. If you want something to eat, like Irv said, the wind is blowing the smell of some good sausage sandwiches and Italian beef sandwiches down our way. Lots of apple cider to drink, lots of good times to be had here. And the crowd is huge. We're lined up along Main Street. I came in about an hour and a half ago, and people were starting to line up then, getting good places. But you ought to stop by. There's still a lot of good places to sit. You can see the action, see the entire parade. It's going to be a nice, well-put-together long parade here at the Murphysboro Apple Festival. Stop by because we're having a good time. It's a perfect day. And earlier in the week, we had some of that hot weather, and I thought, oh no, I hope it clears up for the Apple Fest and cools off a little, and it's just about as perfect as it could be. The temperature hovering around 70 degrees. So stop by, bring the kids, load them up in the station wagon and get a thermos. You can fill it up here with apple cider and have a real good day. We're going to be here all afternoon, and the parade should start in just about 3 minutes, I think.
We want to mention something here now, and we do this every year. Hopefully it won't confuse people too much, but we do want to pass this along because we know that many of the youngsters in the bands of the participants in the parade, all the Queen candidates and the Prince and Princess candidates, of course, would like to see themselves on TV. And, of course, this is Saturday, and we're doing this parade live, but it's going to be taped at the same time, and we'll be playing this back tomorrow afternoon. That'll be on Sunday afternoon, the 19th at 5 o'clock. So you folks who are at home now, aunts and uncles and grandmas and grandpas and moms and dads, if you are at home watching us now, pass that along to the youngsters and tell them that they can see their bands. I know Charlie Taylor, who is the director of the Murphysboro Junior High School Band, tells me that every year he kind of assigns his band to watch the playback of the parade so they can get to pick up some tips. So that'll be tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. We're going to take a look at another video insert now. One of the videotapes that was made earlier during the festivities have been taking place here. All the events that have been going on. So fellas, let's roll this and take a look at some of the other events that have been going on these past days since Thursday here at the Murphysboro Apple Festival.
On behalf of the Murphysboro Apple Festival Committee, we'd like to present you with the first place window prize.
Thank you very much. You won't want to stay there till I make it. My husband started to time it, and he
Does it crank up any faster?
He says, I think that, that one is good.
Lots of fun.
It's fine?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, great. I've been here 2 minutes.
Hey, look at this nice one.
All right, that just gives you a little bit of an idea of some of the things that have been going on since Thursday here in the hometown of the apple, Murphysboro. Did you see all those beautiful pies? And Sid Appleton, the mayor, was in one of those shots, and of course with a guy with a name like Appleton, that's good to all here. But the reason they have such tiny, tiny pieces of pie, of course, when they're doing the judging is because they do auction those pies off, and you wouldn't want to get a pie now with half of it gone, would you?
Oh, no, not a partial pie. We were talking, Irv and I were talking, too, how the community is so into the festival. We were watching the different dress, the way people have dressed around the theme of the apple. I saw a woman with a parasol and a complete outfit just covered with apples. She had apple necklaces and apple jewelry, and it's so nice to see the community, not just Murphysboro, but the entire surrounding Southern Illinois communities really involved in this fun celebration for the fall. It's a beautiful way to kick off autumn, and like we said, don't mean to run it into the ground, but the weather is perfect today. You need to be outside enjoying this beautiful weather. Cool and sunshine, perfect day for a parade, and that's what we're having today here at the Murphysboro Apple Festival.
And of course, we're happy that you at home now are sitting back, relaxing and enjoying the parade, because there you get a shot now. It's coming down the street, and it's going to be a long but a wonderful parade with over 160 entries this year again. All kinds of beautiful floats. They do a lot of work on the floats, and of course the best bands in the area, and of course bands from out of town, out of state, will be telling you about all those too, and you're going to see some lovely young ladies, and Lori's going to be telling you about all these queen contestants who are here. But this is the final day of the celebration, and it all winds up today. And of course, this is the big event today, the parade, and I guess the big event of the festival. But it's coming your way now, and there you get a look at some of the people in this crowd really enjoying the parade.
That's right. I hear sirens, and sirens means the sheriff's car, and the sheriff's car means that the parade is starting. It's down about 2 blocks just west of us. It's coming our way, and that means the parade is just beginning. We'd like to welcome all of you watching at home, and thanks for being with us. We plan to have a real enjoyable afternoon here at Murphysboro, and the parade is starting. Like Irv mentioned, we have over 160 entries from as far away as St. Louis. Lots of good local bands, high school bands, beautiful floats, and beautiful girls, queen and princess contestants here, as long as the Little Prince and Little Princess contestants from Murphysboro and the surrounding area. They'll be here, and we'd like you to be here, and if you can't come, we're just happy to have you here watching at home on your televisions. The parade's starting.
There's some, you'll get some good shots today now. A wonderful crew of ours that does a great job each year, and we'll get shots from in the middle of the street. You'll see them from on the sides, and actually it's going to be you're going to have the best seat in the house. Now, the people who are here with their lawn chairs pulled up near the curbs are going to be out in the warm sunshine, and they'll see it firsthand. But you're going to see, well, you're going to have the best seat in the house for the Apple Festival Parade. And again, we want to tell you now that there are several underwriters each year who help us bring the parade to you, and we'll be mentioning them from time to time, and we want to take this moment to thank all of them for giving so generously to help in the underwriting of the Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade. Well, Lori, it looks like the parade is almost here.
That's right, it's almost here. The sheriff's car, followed by the Murphysboro fire truck. They've got their sirens on, they've got their cherries on. They're telling you that the Apple Fest Parade has started, and it's going to be a good one, too. This is the Murphysboro Sheriff's car leading off the action today here at Apple Fest. And there are balloons for sale, a girl walking along with balloons and caramel apples.
Okay, now, there'll be times when you won't be able to hear us over all the noise and some of the bands and sirens. That was, of course, the sheriff's car. Murphysboro Fire.
Lots of youngsters hitching a ride on the fire department truck here. They're leaning out and waving to the crowd. Look like they're having a real good time.
Okay, here comes the VFW 15th District Color Guard now, and people standing as the flag comes by. The VFW State Commander, George Kramer. State Commander of the VFW, George Kramer. He gets a nice round of applause from this appreciative crowd here. And here is the mass color guard now for the Apple Festival Parade. As we mentioned now, when that's the first color guard came by, people just rose in unison to their feet. It was very nice to see that. The mass color guard.
Coming up next with James Souris, the commander, is the Disabled Veterans Chapter number 69 from here in Jackson County, Illinois. And we're happy to have them here at the Apple Festival Parade. That's the Disabled American Veterans Chapter 69 from here in Murphysboro.
Well, of course, the disabled veterans all have done a great job serving their country, and we are very proud to have them in the parade. Always at the beginning of the parade, of course, the flags, the mounted flag bearers. A little youngster coming up, and there's a cutie right there.
The little disabled American veteran mobile. Model the Golden Eagle Jeep. They look like they're ready to go four-wheeling here at the Apple Festival.
Mounted flag bearers be coming up. Rich Hahn. And in just a moment, we'll be having the first band, and of course this every year is the host band, the Murphysboro High School Band. Again, we want to thank the underwriters now who have helped us in the production of the Apple Festival Parade. The Murphysboro High School Marching Red Devils will be the first band. They are each year the host band. We'll tell you about them as they come by. Local production costs for this program have been obtained through grants from the City National Bank of Murphysboro, Frederick J's Restaurant of Murphysboro, First Federal Savings and Loan of Sparta and its branches in Carbondale, Murphysboro, and Steelville, and the Lustor Corporation in Murphysboro. Additional funding has been received from Mills Distributing and Catalog Showroom, the Vinagoni Distributing Company of Murphysboro, Williams Air Conditioning and Heating of Murphysboro, and from Penn Aluminum north of Murphysboro. So we want to thank all these people. You know, speaking of Vinagoni Distributing Company of Murphysboro, they do a great job. Every Saturday morning there are people there from the Murphysboro Little League to take your cans for recycling, and all that money goes to the betterment of the Murphysboro Little League. And you'll see some of the floats in the parade today. It's a great cause. So if you have cans to be recycled, just take them to Vinagoni Distributing Company in Murphysboro on Saturday mornings from 9 to about 1. You'll see people there from the Little League to help take those cans, and you'll be helping out a great cause.
And look who's coming our way, Irv. It's the Murphysboro High School Band, the Marching Red Devils. They're the first band. They're going to kick off the Apple Festival Parade today. They've got lots of good tunes for you. They're our local band, the Marching Murphysboro Red Devils.
Yes, this is the host band each year in the parade, the Marching Red Devils. The principal at the Murphysboro High School is Tim Bowers. The superintendent is Ernie Bozart. And the band director is Buddy Rogers. And Buddy, of course, is a famous musician in this area. He plays in several bands that appear in the area. A great musician. And he's very proud. And he's done a great job with the Marching Red Devils. We're going to pick up the music as they come by. But they get a wonderful hand, of course. The Murphysboro High School Marching Red Devils. And as these bands come by, we're going to let you hear them. We have a shotgun mic here to pick up the sounds, and we're all very proud of them. So we want you to sit back and enjoy this band directed by Buddy Rogers. They're the host band of the parade, of course, the hometown band. They get a big round of applause, and let's listen now to the Murphysboro High School Marching Red Devils Band, conducted by Buddy Rogers, coming by the reviewing staff. Well, they're still off just a little bit. We'll be able to pick them up, Lori, just a little while.
Okay, and you might mention that this is one of many marching bands you'll be seeing. They've been coming from all around the area. We have Goreville's band, Johnson City's band, lots of real quality local music to be found here at the Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade. And it's a beautiful day. We're having a real enjoyable time. We're glad you could join us here at home on your TV set. And as Irv mentioned earlier, we'll rebroadcast this tomorrow because a lot of people that were in the parade today won't get to see themselves, of course, today as we play this for you. But they will tomorrow because we'll be rebroadcasting it on channels 8 and 16. And the band, I believe, is coming our way now. We're starting to pick up the music. Lots of pretty baton twirlers, too.
Now, we mentioned that we are at the reviewing stand. That's why when the bands come by here, they do all their little intricate drills and things. So that's what you're going to get to see. All of the, well, you get, as we said, the best seat in the house. You're going to see everything they do and perform. So right now, let's listen now to, let's pick up the music of the band, the Murphysboro Marching Red Devils. All right, then, of course, Buddy Rogers. You saw Buddy in the top. Lori, you're going to have have the first float coming up now. Tell us about this.
Okay, it's the welcome float, and on it is the Apple Festival Prince and the Apple Festival Princess from last year. Timmy Lee is the prince, and the princess Jennifer Harrison. Jennifer is the daughter of Linda and Hollis Harrison of Elkville, and Timmy Lee is the son of Charlotte and Jim Lee here in Murphysboro.
I think we got here, because of the band, I think the Murphysboro High School homecoming queen there.
I see, right. That's the welcome float is coming up in just a little bit. That's Cindy Ripley.
And the governor now, Governor Jim Thompson, and his wife coming and welcoming, we're welcoming him to Murphysboro, but he waves to all the crowd here.
We're happy to see him. Lots of people handing out Governor Thompson stickers, too, here.
And we want to mention again now, this program reminder, October 5th at 7:30, WSIU and WUSI and WSIU-FM will broadcast the governor's debate live from McLeod Theater in the Communications Building.
Right. Now, here is that welcome float that I told you about just a couple minutes. The Apple Festival Prince from last year, Timmy Lee, and last year's Princess Jennifer Harrison are on this float, welcoming everybody to the Murphysboro Apple Festival. Timmy Lee is the son of Charlotte and Jim Lee of Murphysboro, and Jennifer Harrison is the daughter of Linda and Hollis Harrison of Elkville. They're both on the Welcome Visitors float, welcoming everybody from near and far here to the Murphysboro Apple Festival.
And, of course, you will hear the crowd showing their appreciation throughout this parade, and a lot of work go into all these floats. It's a beautiful float, and we will have to congratulate the city of Murphysboro for that float. They're being judged, by the way, and the floats will receive prizes, the best float.
That's right, the welcome float with Jennifer Harrison and Timmy Lee. Also, the first runner-up, Betty Jo Marfio and Kyle Daniels from last year on the welcome float, welcoming everybody to the Murphysboro Apple Festival.
In just a little while now, the Murphysboro Junior High School Band is going to come into view, and it's directed by Charlie Taylor. We want to mention here that they won first place in '78 in the Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade, in '79 in the Picnieville Mardi Gras Parade. They won second in '78 and '79 in the Old King Cole Festival, '79 in Wren Lake, and '81 in the Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade, and '81 in the Old King Cole Festival. They were third in '82 in the Wren Lake Parade that was held earlier this spring. George Starkweather is the principal at Murphysboro Junior High School. Ernie Bozart is the superintendent, and Charlie Taylor, Charles W. Taylor, is the band director of the Murphysboro Junior High School Blue Devil Band. And they're going to come in now into view, and they, too, will get a great round of applause as they come by the reviewing stand here. They are the other host band for the parade this year.
And they're looking real sharp in the blue and white satin colors of Murphysboro Junior High. The marching Blue Devils as opposed to the marching Red Devils of the high school. This is the junior high group.
Let's hear them. Okay, not only Murphysboro, but the whole area is proud of both those Murphysboro bands, Buddy Rogers and Charlie Taylor. Here comes a celebrity now, Marty Bronson, who is the MC and who helps put together all the big shows. Marty is, of course, a very famous personality in St. Louis, doing his make-believe ballroom. He's been in the broadcasting business a long time and a great friend of ours, and we're very happy that Marty is here again today.
Okay, and this is the Boy Scout troop from here in Murphysboro. And they're carrying the theme Music, 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 which is the parade theme here at the Murphysboro Apple Festival today. And you can hear all the bands in keeping with the theme. Lots of good music from area high school bands and drill teams. Music, 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 the theme of the day here at the Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade.
And speaking of music, here's a duo that'll be supplying some of that music, John Becker and Gene Kittrell. Banjo star, and they've been appearing here during the past few nights, and they are well loved by this crowd.
That's right, and coming up next, we've got the Girl Scout troops. Also saluting Murphysboro Apple Festival. They're the Murphysboro Girl Scouts carrying the flag. Once again, we're rising as the American flag passes. Lots of girls from lots of different ages in their Brownie uniforms and their Girl Scout uniforms. They're coming and marching hand in hand here at Murphysboro.
Not only youngsters in the crowd, but of course youngsters in the parade, and that's what makes this parade such a success each year. They really do have many things for the youngsters, and it's well appreciated.
And I think it's fair to say that everybody, the youngsters and the older people, are having a real good time today because the weather's perfect and the Girl Scouts are out here, the Murphysboro Girl Scouts, followed by the Grand Tower Girl Scouts, all carrying small American flags and making their show here at the Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade.
Well, again, we want to mention now that on Tuesday night, October 5th, at 7:30, WSIU-TV, WUSI-TV, and WSIU-FM will be broadcasting the Governor's Debate live from the Cloud Theater in the Communications Building. And WSIU-TV and WSIU-FM will originate separate live feeds to other stations throughout the area, and, of course, quite an honor.
That's right, and the Murphysboro Girl Scouts were followed by the Grand Tower Girl Scouts, and they have a float as well. And the theme of the float is "Scouting is music to our ears." Of course, the theme of the parade here today is music, 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 and the floats are all in keeping with that theme. Lots of music and lots of good times here to be had today at the Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade. Those are the Girl Scouts, followed, of course, by the Boy Scouts. It's the Tiger Cubs pack number 112 from Murphysboro, Illinois.
All right, coming into view now, Lori, we have someone there in a convertible.
That's right, coming in the convertible, a special mystery guest. It's Mrs. Shirley Eaton Raffnell, and Mrs. Raffnell was the first Miss Apple Festival way back in 1952. Not way back, but back enough years in 1952, and she's a special mystery guest. We're real happy to have her today here at the Apple Festival Parade, Mrs. Shirley Eaton Raffnell. She was the first Miss Apple Fest back in 1952.
Here's the official Queen's float now coming into view. This is another beautiful float. Who's that up on top of that float, Larry?
Up on top of that float is Elizabeth Renshaw. She's Miss Apple Fest, the reigning Miss Apple Festival. Also on the float with her, sponsored by the Murphysboro Chamber of Commerce, is Claire Sellers. Claire was first runner-up last year. And of course, that's Elizabeth Renshaw on the float, the reigning Miss Apple Festival.
Queen Elizabeth, we had her during our recent festival. She came over one night in our summer fest. Very charming young lady. Okay, another band's going to be coming into view here in just a little while. That's from Cobden. Of course, we are celebrating apples here today, and Cobden is the place where they celebrate peaches. They have a big peach festival down there. Mrs. Corrine D. Brown is the director of the Cobden Junior High Band. It's a small band, but they do make some nice music. Let's listen to this now. Big hand from the crowd for the Cobden Junior High Band.
That's right. It's quality, not quantity. They're small, but they're putting out some good music. We might mention, too, that Cobden's Peach Day is covered on our Out and About show tonight. That's at 8 o'clock on channels 8 and 16. And coming into view now, the baton group, the Applettes. You can't get more in keeping with the theme of Apple Festival than that. The Applettes coming your way into the screen, led by the green Mustang there. They're twirling their batons here on a beautiful, beautiful Saturday at the Apple Festival Parade.
A lot of baton twirlers in parades, and of course these youngsters, as we mentioned now, will get a chance to see themselves tomorrow afternoon when the parade is replayed at 5 o'clock. That'll be so you folks who are at home listening, now be sure to pass that along to the kids who are in the bands. Applettes have been in the parade several years. Everyone enjoys them.
That's right, and they're followed by an older group, the Apple Blossoms. So we've got the Applette baton team from Murphysboro. They're followed by the Apple Blossoms. And the Apple baton team will have 31 girls. I believe they're all represented here carrying their banner, the Applettes, all dressed in red and white and carrying red and white flags.
Listen to that applause now that this group gets from the crowd. Nice outfits, and of course, you know those mothers had to work pretty hard to get those young girls ready for the parade today.
That's right. We mentioned that the Applettes are the older girls, and the Apple Blossoms are marching behind them. They're the youngers, the very, very young baton twirlers making a show here at the Murphysboro Apple Festival. Marching to the music of celebration. Lots of celebration going on. It's been going on all week. And this is the final day of the Murphysboro Apple Festival. They're going to be having festivities here, and we're going to be here for most of the afternoon and up into the evening. So you should stop by. Lots of good music and just fun times here today.
Another band will be coming into view in just a little while, and we might mention here that every once in a while the sun will be obstructed by a cloud. It's kind of welcome. There's a nice breeze. It is a beautiful day for a parade.
That's right, it is a beautiful day for a parade. Here are the apple blossoms we were telling you about. From Murphysboro, Illinois, dressed in red and white, keeping with the theme of the colors. These are the younger baton twirlers, anywhere from 4 to about 10 years old, 10 or 11. They're twirling. I'm sure this is a big thrill for them, as it is for all of the youngsters in the audience that are watching the parade today.
You're getting some good shots now of the youngsters as they come by, and of course this is what we want, to please all these kids and all you folks at home. And here is the man that the whole parade revolves around. A couple of years ago, Marion Nash told us he had a big surprise. We came over here for the unveiling of Captain Applesauce, and that is Captain Applesauce, and all the youngsters, of course, love this character. He has become the mascot, the theme piece for the Apple Festival and for the parade. Captain Applesauce.
He's pretty much the star of the show, and following Captain Applesauce, we have the Kennedy Street Kids with their Apple Jam Band. This is the Kennedy Street Kids on a real pretty decorative float. The Apple Jam Band got a little dancing going on that float, a little guitar picking, it looks like. Kind of a hillbilly theme. They're dancing around a jug of moonshine. And those are the Kennedy Street Kids with their Apple Jam Band.
And you can see the still and the pumpkins and a nice fall float, and a very nice float. Very appreciated here. It's much appreciated by the crowd.
Looks like they're in the theme of autumn. Got a kind of a harvest theme there, reminding us that autumn's on the way, and it's a beautiful day here. Kind of autumn. There's a linger of autumn in the air. It's cool and comfortable. The sun's out. Here's a close-up of Captain Applesauce, the star of the show here at the Murphysboro Apple Festival.
Okay, and now the next band coming into view will be the Metropolis Junior High School Band, the Massac County Junior High School Band, actually. The principal is Mr. Harold Romaine. The superintendent, Dr. Clinton Taylor. The band director is Don Roberts. They were the first place award winner in junior high division in last year's Apple Time Parade competition. Let's listen to the Massac County Junior High School Band. In Massac County, doing a fine job here at the Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade.
That's right, and coming up next, we've got another float in the shade of the old apple tree. This is sponsored by Our Gang, a decorative float with an apple tree on it, on the float. Of course, it's not real, but it's coming our way, coming into view now in the shade of the old apple tree. That's Our Gang.
We might mention here that in the reviewing stand with us are the judges, people who are judging the floats, and who are judging, of course, the bands. And every once in a while you'll get a glimpse of someone in a white T-shirt and a blue cap with the clipboard, and they're taking notes on all the bands, judging the bands in the parade. And later you'll be hearing about the winners of the floats and the band competition.
That's right, and there are a lot of good bands here at the Apple Festival Parade. We heard, of course, from Murphysboro and Murphysboro Junior High, the Red Devils and the Blue Devils. They got everything off to a good musical start, because that's the theme of the parade here today. Music, music, music.
And look at the apples on this apple tree coming by here now.
When they say in the shade of the old apple tree, they mean it. Lots of people dressed in period costumes, Victorian dresses with big picture hats, in the shade of the old apple tree. Kind of a turn of the century theme.
All right, we're going to have another group coming up, another baton group will be coming up here in a moment. Lori's Classy Lassies.
Oh, I like that first name. That's right, Lori's Classy Lassies, a baton group from Centralia, Illinois.
There are people representing the entire area, bands and groups from all over Southern Illinois, and you people who are watching us now in Missouri, Kentucky, and Indiana, we're happy to have you with us. All you viewers of Channel 8 and Channel 16. And there are some great events happening at this Apple Festival, so you're too late for this year, but next year, why don't you make plans to attend the Murphysboro Apple Festival, all this held this time in September. Beautiful sequined outfits, Lori.
They sure are. They got rainbow colors, and the sun's catching them and shining real nice off them. Lori's classy lassies from Centralia, Illinois. Like Irv mentioned, the whole community, the Southern Illinois communities, have really gotten involved in this year's Apple Festival, as every year. It's a fun celebration. It's just a very, very good time. It's been going on since Wednesday. Today's the final day, celebrating with a parade and lots of activities tonight. So if you can't be here at the parade today and you're watching at home on your TV, you might want to come by this evening and just check it out, because it's a real good time and the weather is perfect for it.
And you know, if you make apple pies, you think they're pretty good and hubby likes them, next year plan on coming by and entering your apple pie or apple preserves or your apple cider, you know, anything to do with apples. There's always something going on here at the Apple Festival. All the windows are decorated in the different businesses, and of course those are judged too. They come up with some very clever ideas. We can hear some drums down the way, and the next band's going to be coming into view. And the town of Pinckneyville also has a big celebration called the Mardi Gras celebration that's in all around Halloween time. The Pinckneyville Junior High Marching Kittens. The principal of the school is Louis Schweizer. Felix Morel is the superintendent. John J. Matt is the band director, and they are in the parade each year, and happy to have them again. The Pinckneyville Junior High School Band. They are the Marching Kittens, and we're going to pick up the music of the Marching Kittens as they come by the reviewing stand now to be judged by not only by the crowd, but of course the judges here who are judging each of these bands. Let's hear the music now of the Pinckneyville Junior High School Marching Kittens. The Pinckneyville Junior High School Band, we hope you're enjoying the coverage of the parade. Irv Copey along with Lori Thompson here on Channels 8 and 16 as we bring you coverage of the 31st Annual Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade.
And coming in, this is a princess contestant. This is Christina Lynn Baggett. Christina is 5 years old. She's the daughter of Linda and Larry Baggett from here in Murphysboro. Murphy, home of the Apple Festival, is also the home of Christina Lynn Baggett. She's a princess contestant this year. She's 5 years old. Linda and Larry Baggett are her parents from here in Murphysboro. She's a pretty one, too. Dressed in a white dress. Very pretty. Baby's breath, little baby's breath, sort of crown hair decorations. Christina looks real pretty, and she's a princess contestant here in the Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade today.
You'll see many more of those, and the queen contestants, and of course, many bands and floats yet. So don't go away. Stay right here. Okay, coming up next now is going to be kind of a comedy float, the Monster Mash, the Pelzer family in this float. This, I'm sure, will be a crowd pleaser as we get near the Halloween time, and you're going to see Dracula. We might mention right here another program reminder that our movie season will begin on October 1st, and we're going to be featuring, of course, on Friday nights, those popular monster movies again. We'll be featuring all the classic Frankenstein and Dracula movies. That will begin on October 1st, our new movie season, Saturday night. Or rather, Friday night, and Saturday night we'll have a double feature. We'll tell you more about that later. The Monster Mash, look at this.
I hate to run into one of them in a dark alley.
The Pelzer family.
And coming up next, after the Pelzer family float, another princess contestant. This one is Daphne Bernstein. Daphne's the daughter of Joyce and Mark Bernstein in Carbondale. She's 7 years old, and she is another contestant here in the Murphysboro Apple Fest Parade. This is
Again,
Daphne
we want
Bernstein.
to take just a moment now to thank all the underwriters who each year are so generous to us in bringing coverage to you of the Apple Festival. Just a second here, we'll be passing along. The names are right. Local production costs for this program have been obtained through grants from the City National Bank of Murphysboro, from Frederick J's Restaurant of Murphysboro, First Federal Savings and Loan of Sparta and its branches in Carbondale, Murphysboro, and Steelville, and the Lustor Corporation in Murphysboro. Additional funding has been received from Mills Distributing and Catalog Showroom, the Venegoni Distributing Company of Murphysboro, Williams Air Conditioning and Heating of Murphysboro, and from Penn Aluminum, north of Murphysboro. As always, a big thank you to the underwriters who help on underwriting all our programs, not only the Apple Festival Parade, but all the other shows throughout the year, because, of course, we told you this many times before, we do need your help in all our programming, and it's people like the underwriters here who do help us out. Well, Lori, we get a glimpse of some of this crowd on hand, some of the over 15,000 people here to watch the parade.
You sure do, and they're all having a good time. You can tell. Perfect weather, just kicking back and spending a real relaxing afternoon watching the parade.
Okay, we have a band coming into view now, the Pope County Junior High Band, the Pope County Junior High Marching Band, and they are from Golconda. The name of the principal is Donald Kruska. Herman Edgerson is the superintendent, and Benny Clay, Dennis F. Clay, is the band director. The band placed second in the Apple Festival in '79, second place winners in the Apple Festival in 1980, and they've been here, they've been crowd pleasers, and we're happy to have them again. To Dennis F. Clay, the band director, and the band from Golconda, the Pope County Junior High Marching Band. The crowd gives them a big round of applause. Let's take up some of this music now, the Pope County Junior High Marching Band. Here in the 31st Annual Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade.
And coming up next on your screen, another princess contestant. This is Jennifer Lynn Camden. Jennifer's 6 years old, and she's the daughter of Ruth and Sheila Camden from here in Murphy. Lots more princess contestants coming up. Just one of the many pretty, pretty little girls you'll be seeing this afternoon.
We have another group, baton group, the Stepettes coming up. Stephanie's Stepettes.
That's right, the Stepettes are from Heron, Illinois. They're a baton group represented here. They've got a banner leading the way, and then they're followed by a car with Stephanie's Stepette's banner and a baton group then in black and gold outfits with stars, carrying flags and...
From Heron and Carterville, later, of course, we'll be seeing other representatives of these two southern Illinois towns. As we mentioned earlier, bands and groups from all over the area coming here to strut their stuff at the 31st annual Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade. Getting a little bit cloudy at times, Lord. We see a cloud come over, and of course, as Marion Nash says, it will not rain on his parade.
That's right. He just set that out, and I don't believe it will rain on the parade today because, like I said, it is the sun will slip behind a cloud every once in a while, but basically it's a real nice day. Very, very nice day. These are Steffies that you're seeing here from Heron and Carterville winding up. They're marching to the music of America. Girls ages 3 to 12, and they're followed by another of the princess contestants. This is Jennifer Lynn Carter. Jennifer's 5 years old, and she's the daughter of Donald and Joanne Carter here in Murphysboro. A princess contestant in the Murphysboro Apple Festival, one of many you'll be seeing today. That's Jennifer Lynn Carter, looking very pretty in a plaid skirt and a beige vest.
And don't you know that their relatives, parents, and friends are very proud of all these youngsters up there today?
I bet they are. They're bursting their buttons. Probably at home if they're seeing it now on TV or if they're here at the parade. And like we reminded you just a little bit ago, we're going to rebroadcast this tomorrow for those of you that are here at the parade today.
Okay, now one of the big bands in the parade coming up, one of the favorites here is the Carbondale Community High School Band, the Carbondale Marching Terriers. Principal is Dale Smith, Reed Martin, the superintendent. Bill Carson, William S. Carson, is the band director. His assistant is Joe Shiplett. Carbondale Community High School Music Department and the Class A state champion for the state of Illinois for the second year in a row. Last year's Marching Terriers were very successful in competition, winning 9 trophies, including 4 first-place awards. And, of course, they are pleasing this crowd today here at the Apple Festival. The Carbondale Community High School Marching Terriers. Let's hear them. Marching to the music of George Benson, as you heard, and they're followed by some clowns. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that the clowns are Eva Smith and Marcia Fager of here in Murphysboro. They're followed, of course, by the St. Andrews School, the 6th graders. A lot of clowns and a lot of fun for all the youngsters. Here we see another float coming into view.
That's right. It's St. Andrews School, and the theme is, in keeping with the theme of music, music, music here at the Apple Fest Parade, and the beat goes on. And the folks on the float are showing us that the beat goes on. A girl dressed in a poodle skirt of the 50s, and she's doing a little dancing, a little shaking.
We even have a caveman up front. You know, they had the beat back then, too.
That's right. Pounding on rocks, making music. And the beat goes on. That's from St. Andrews School.
Very clever. Very nice float.
Coming up after that, the Blue Angels, another baton group. And the Blue Angels are from...
coming from Chester, you know,
Chester.
down in Randolph County. And as we said, Lori, all over the area, people representing their towns here in Murphysboro today.
That's right. They're all proud to be a part of the Apple Fest Parade. Lots of good things here. Lots of drill teams, lots of bands, lots of floats, lots of baton twirlers. These that you're seeing now are the Blue Angels from Chester, Illinois. The average age of the girls around 8 years old. Lots of youngsters learning the art of baton. They're from Chester. They're the Blue Angels here at the Murphysboro Apple Fest Parade.
We hope you're enjoying coverage of the parade each year. We come here. This is one of our most popular remote broadcasts. We hope we can do more of these for you. And this crew here giving you some of these great shots. As we said, giving you the best seat in the house as we give you the parade from the reviewing stand here in Murphysboro.
That's right, the best shot in the house. Right now you're seeing the Blue Angels. They've been in the Apple Festival Parade for 3 years, and each year they've taken home a trophy, so they must know their baton. They're from Chester. These are the Blue Angels.
Beautiful day and a big crowd on hand for the parade. This is the biggest parade in the area. Of course, there are other parades. The Old King Cole Festival Parade will be coming up next weekend in West Frankfort. We want to mention that here because there will be representatives in this parade from there. The Ren Lake Parade each spring, and here another Queen contestant.
Another princess contestant. This is Dory Del Santo. Dory's 6 years old, and she's the daughter of Patty Del Santo in Carbondale. Another princess contestant dressed in a long blue gown. She looks real pretty and has flowers in her hair. Her name's Tori Del Santo, and she's the daughter of Patty Del Santo in Carbondale. One of the princess contestants here at the Murphysboro Apple Festival.
And see, Tori's really waving at all the crowd, too. Just a little bit of a breeze, just enough to make the flags flutter in the breeze and keep the hot sun back a little bit, a few clouds. Pat Patterson is a fellow who does all the bunting and all the flag decorations here at the Apple Festival and throughout Southern Illinois. He does a great job. We were talking to him earlier.
That's right there following. We've got another baton group here. This is Rosina Panzing Starlighters. They're from Carterville, Illinois. Rosina's Starlights. They range in age from what looks like about 4 years old, a real little girl, and they're followed by the Hilltopper Band.
That's right, the Hilltoppers band, the Marching Hilltoppers, and they're from Hillsboro, Illinois. Larry Ackerman is the principal there. Michael J. Muggy is the superintendent, and Richard L. Clark. Dick Clark is the band director, and this band placed 16th at MBA in 1980, and of course that's a big competition. They were the top percussion band in the Apple Festival in 1980, University of Illinois in 79. Listen to that round of applause they get. The EIU Band Day in 1981, they were a top percussion band there. They were the grand champions of the Old King Cole Festival in 79 and 80, and the grand champ in the Apple Festival in 78. The good band, the Hillsboro Marching Hilltoppers, directed by Richard L. Clark. Let's pick up the sounds of this great band. Hillsboro, the Marching Hilltoppers, and the crowd really enjoys that band.
They sure do. Very, very well received from Hillsboro, Illinois. One of many, many bands you'll be seeing this afternoon here at the Murphysboro Apple Festival, and on your screen now is a princess contestant. This is Michelle Ann Farmer. Michelle's 7 years old. She's the daughter of Donald and Mary Farmer from here in Murphysboro. She's one of the princess contestants, and she's 7 years old. Waving to the crowd, wearing her pretty pink sweater. She's probably thrilled to be in the parade today. Just as many people, young and old, are just thrilled to be here watching today. Like we say, it's a beautiful day. Couldn't have picked a better weather for this parade.
And we're going to have a prince contestant coming into view, too. And of course, we can't forget the young fella.
Oh, no. This prince contestant, this is Jason Bradley Fletcher. Jason's from Murphysboro, Illinois, and he's 5 years old. His parents are Rick and Shirley Fletcher. Jason's a prince contestant, the prince and princess contestant, as well as the queen contest tonight. We have all of the queen contestants. You'll be seeing them just a little bit later in the parade. There he is. That's Jason Bradley Fletcher. Jason's 5 years old. His parents are Rick and Shirley Fletcher, and he's from Murphysboro, home of the Murphysboro Apple Festival.
Again, we want to pass along this listening reminder now, and viewing reminder on Tuesday night, October 5th at 7:30, WSIU TV, WUSI TV, and WSIU FM will broadcast the governor's debate live from a cloud theater in the communications building. And WSIU TV and WSIU FM will originate separate live feeds to other stations throughout the state, and it's quite an honor for us to do this. And of course, Jim Thompson and Adlai Stevenson in Carbondale, sponsored by the League of Women Voters. All the tickets are gone for that, by the way, so you're going to have to sit at home and watch it. at 7:30 on October 5th. That will be Tuesday night.
That's right, and Jim Thompson, of course, was here. He's the Grand Marshal of the parade. He was here with his wife, Jane. They led things off. And it's a good parade. We've got several entries. Lots more to be seen here as far as baton teams go, parade, drill teams, marching bands.
Just a little while now, Lori's going to be talking for a moment to Miss Illinois here as we wind up the parade. We have just a couple more entries. Of course, the horses will always wind it up, but the group now that has been probably the most famous, most popular group ever to come to Murphysboro. They've lost several of their members through the years. They competed for many years in the drums at Apple Time. They're going to get a big round of applause now. They are the Black Knights Drum and Bugle Corps, and they always have this spot in the parade right at the very end to kind of wind things up. So let's listen now to the music of the Black Knights Drum and Bugle Corps. Here they are. Okay, that about winds up the parade, but won't you stay around for another moment there, because we're going to talk now to someone we're very proud to have on the show, Miss Illinois, right?
That's right. We're very proud to have Jolly Jeffers here, and I'm sure you've had a
TV, WUSI-TV, and WSIU-FM will broadcast the Governor's Debate live from a cloud feeder in the Communications Building. WSIU-TV and WSIU-FM will originate separate live feeds to other stations throughout the state, and it's quite an honor for us to do this. And of course, Jim Thompson and Adlai Stevenson in Carbondale, sponsored by the League of Women Voters. All the tickets are gone for that, by the way, so you're going to have to sit at home and watch it at 7:30 on October 5th. That will be Tuesday night.
That's right, and Jim Thompson, of course, was here. He's the Grand Marshal of the parade. He was here with his wife, Jane. They led things off. And it's a good parade. We've got several entries. Lots more to be seen here as far as baton teams go, parade, drill teams, marching bands.
160 in all. We're only around 50, up to near 50, so you have a long time to go yet, so we hope you're enjoying this parade.
Right.
Here's a group now that's going to do sweat their stuff right here in front of our reviewing stand. Let's see if we can pick some of this up. This is going to be good.
This is the Coordinated Youth Program of Southern Illinois.
Everything that we got it together, you think that you got it together. Everything that we got it together. Oh, I'm checking you, I'm checking you, I'm checking you out.
That was closed a few years ago. They had a reunion, by the way, this year that was very successful. They're going to do it again next year. The Spirit of Attucks, Attucks High School in Carbondale.
And they get a nice round of applause from this crowd. As we said, we're here at the reviewing stand. This is where everything's happening. And in front of the reviewing stand, all the bands, all the groups do their drilling here. And we're going to have something coming up here I think you're all going to enjoy. It's the float, the freshman class float, Rocky versus Captain Applesauce. Take a look at this hand. Here we go, folks. There's a right to the body and a left to the jaw.
Now, we know who the winner in this bout's going to be, though. The float says, I'll make sauce out of you. Captain Applesauce is king here. Rocky may be a good fighter, but he's no match. Looks like Applesauce is on the ropes, though.
Very clever. Very clever float here. The freshman class float. Okay, we'll be having another band coming up here in just a little while from Massac County. As we said, all over the area we have floats and bands and groups from all over the area. There you see on your screen now the apple balloons. Those are giant apples that the vendor is selling to the crowd, and everyone is enjoying it. The Massac County High School Patriot Marching Band, the Patriot Pride Marching Band, and the superintendent there is Dr. Clinton Taylor. The band director is Rick Huffman. The principal is Sidney Sexton. Massac County, they had to drive away all over town today. You could see the buses coming in with the band, and they came from Massac County, and they're called the Patriot Pride Marching Band. We're going to pick up the sounds now of this band. Massac County Marching Band, and the crowd really appreciates them. Of course, they were going somewhere over the rainbow from the Wizard of Oz, and in their colorful costumes, really appreciated by the crowd. Nice band.
That's right. We might remind the folks, sir, that all of these bands, or several of them, most of them anyway, are in competition. And so they'll be competing for titles and trophies given away later, and coming up on your screen now. This is Princess contestant Jennifer Frick. Jennifer's 8 years old. She's competing in the Murphysboro Princess competition. Her mother is Betty Frick of Murphysboro. 8-year-old Jennifer Frick on your screen now, looking pretty in a dotted Swift blue outfit with lots of ruffles. Pretty blonde. That's Jennifer Frick. And I believe this is another Princess contestant. This, according to my schedule here, must be Heather Haydock. And she's also a Princess contestant here in the Apple Fest competition. She's the daughter of Janine and Charles Haydock in Carbondale. Pretty little girl waving to the crowd and enjoying it. That's right. That's Heather. Looks like we've got some strutters coming into view right now. These are the strawberry strutters. Now, that fruit's not being celebrated today, but let's never, underestimate strawberries. They're pretty good, especially in summertime with lots of cream and sugar on them. Apples are being honored today, but these are the strawberry strutters.
Well, we've had apples and peaches from Compton, and now strawberries, so we hit it all here with all the ones.
Right.
Make a nice fruit salad.
All right, we're not prejudiced as far as fruit's concerned. These are the strawberry strutters. They're from West Frankfort, making their appearance today at the Apple Fest in Murphysboro. Got some little ones carrying the banner, the Strawberry Strutters banner, followed by some older girls.
You mentioned West Frankfort, and of course West Frankfort is the home of the Old King Coal Festival. That'll be taking place next weekend. Look at the little young ones in there, some very tiny
They are small, and they've got those moves down. That's great. Takes a lot of coordination, baton does. We've been seeing a lot of groups today, and they all seem to know really what they're doing. Takes a lot of coordination, and when they start at this young age, they can be very, very accomplished by the time they're 14 or so. Very accomplished.
We're going to have another class float now, a float from the sophomore class. Music is the apple of our eye, is the name of this float that you'll see now coming into view right here.
Looks like they're covering all the bases as far as music is concerned. Got some rock and roll. Got a boy with his tape deck. Got somebody at a piano with a candelabra, a la Liberace there. They're saluting classical music, rock and roll, of course, and even punk and soul. We've got somebody in lots of colors wearing a miniskirt, and saluting country and western, too.
Sophomore class, music is the apple of our eye. Hope you're enjoying coverage of the 31st Annual Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade.
We're happy to bring it to you today. This is live, of course, from Murphysboro Apple Festival. And if you're here, for those of you that are attending today here at the Apple Festival, we're going to rebroadcast this tomorrow.
All right, the
Sunday.
Mayfield High School band is coming into view now. The way we want to get all the information about this
That's
great
right.
band in, because they won first place in the parade in the field in 1980 Recreation Bowl in Mount Sterling, Kentucky. First place in the parade in 1980 Apple Festival. Third place in the field competition at the Apple Festival in 80. First place front line at the Apple Festival. And National Cherry Blossom Festival, they were fourth place winners there. The Mayfield High School Cardinal Band from Mayfield, Kentucky. And we're happy to have the group here from our neighboring state. Ralph Colby is the principal, Don Sparks, the superintendent, and Gerald Sled is the band director. The associate director is David Tucker. A big round of applause from the crowd here for the Mayfield High School Cardinal Band. Let's listen to them.
Mayfield, Kentucky, and coming into your screen now, another of our princess contestants. This is Angela Hazen. Angela's 6 years old, and her parents are Margaret and Brad Phillips of Murphysboro, one of the princess contestants in the Murphysboro Apple Festival competition.
Okay, now for all you Dalmatian lovers, here we have the Dalmatian Club of Greater St. Louis. And look at those beautiful Dalmatian dogs now.
That's right. It's such a feather in Murphysboro cap, because not only have neighboring communities got involved, neighboring states. We saw, of course, the Mayfield, Kentucky band, and this group of Dalmatian lovers from St. Louis. I think it's really a compliment to the city of Murphysboro, that the Apple Festival has attracted so much support, not only, like we say, from Southern Illinoisans, but from neighboring states as far away as Missouri and Kentucky.
Okay, we have another princess contestant.
That's right, another of the pretty little girls that are running for princess here at the Murphysboro Apple Festival. This is Tamala Heppel, and her parents are Louis and Bonnie Heppel of Murphysboro. She's competing in the princess competition here at the Murphysboro Apple Festival. Tamala Heppel, I believe. And her parents are Louis and Bonnie. Tamala is 7 years old.
Okay, another float now, another class float. The sounds of the Apple Festival, music to our ears. This is the junior class float.
Got a little banjo competition going on here. They're saluting the apple pie auction, which they had earlier.
Okay, now we have another band that's coming into view here in just a little while, and we want to really welcome to Southern Illinois the Alton High School band. That's quite a way for them to drive, for these youngsters to come to a parade here. The Alton High School Marching 100. Robert Middleton is the principal. Robert J. Lynn is the superintendent. Dennis Meyer is the band director. The associate director is Gary Banks from Alton High School. In Alton, Illinois, the Alton High School Marching 100. Let's try to pick up now this great band as they follow the flags and their auxiliary group in front here. Color bearers, the Alton High School Marching 100 from Alton, Illinois, up near that St. Louis area. out by this crowd. We hope you're enjoying coverage of the 31st annual Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade.
And another princess contestant. This is Christina Huff. Christina's 7 years old. No, Amy Hendricks, evidently. Okay, Amy's 7 years old. Her parents are Michael and Barbara Hendricks of Murphysboro. Princess contestant Amy Hendricks, looking very pretty, blonde-haired, daughter of Michael and Barbara Hendricks.
And here comes another float into view now. Victory is music to our ears. Murphysboro Junior High School cheerleaders, and the cheerleaders are up on the float. Doing a great job.
Dressed in the blue and white colors of Murphysboro Junior High. And coming up next, another princess contestant. This is Christina Huff. Christina's 7 years old, and her parents are Larry and Shirley Huff. Christina's from Elkville, Illinois. She's 7 years old. She's going to be competing in the princess competition. Real pretty in a red ruffled dress. That's Christina Huff.
Well, baseball season is drawing to a close, rapidly drawing to a close. It'll be World Series time pretty soon, but here we have the Take Me Out of the Ball Game float.
Got the Little League Baseball All-Star team. They've got their trophies in front of them and their ribbons around their neck. They look like they know how to play ball.
We mentioned earlier that Benegones now accepts cans for recycling every Saturday morning from 9 to about 1. All the money collected there, Benegones Distributing, goes for the betterment of the Little League, so be sure and stop by and take your cans for recycling there. Not to have horses in the parade. Usually they're at the end, however.
Yeah, it's nice to throw them here in the middle because we've got a long ways to go. Lots more music. That's the theme of this year's parade, of course. It's music, music, music. And you'll be hearing lots of it today. We've got high school bands like this one coming up.
The Central High School band will be coming up now, the Bengal Lancers. They're from Cape Girardeau, Missouri. And again, another out-of-state group. And we want to tell you about some of the things that they have done. They were second-place winners in the Southeast Missouri District Contest, third in the Apple Festival Parade, fourth in the Washington, Missouri Apple Festival Contest, 4 years of first ratings in the Spring State Contest. The Central High School Bengal Lancers from Cape. Ray Pincel is the principal. Dr. Art Turner is the superintendent. John Fisher is the band director, and the associate director is Ron Hall. So let's pick up the music now. The Central High School Bengal Lancers from Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Welcome them to Southern Illinois. Again, we want to mention now that at 7:30 on Tuesday, October 5th, the governor's debate. Be sure to see that. As I mentioned earlier, our new movie season will begin on Friday night, October 1st. Our horror movies back on Friday nights. On Saturday nights, we'll be featuring double features beginning at 8 o'clock. Something new this year, 2 big classic movies on Saturday nights. And then, of course, we'll be having our regular movies on Sunday and Monday nights. 4 nights a week again for movie theater, so be sure to join us.
That's right. And following the Bengal Lancers, well received from Cape Girardeau, Missouri, this is Princess contestant Kimberly Johnson. Kimberly's 7 years old, and her parents are Carol and Carl Johnson of Murphysboro. That's Princess contestant Kimberly Johnson.
All the classes that are entering their floats, of course, put in a lot of work on those floats. We have another float now coming up here with music, music, music as the theme. Baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and FHA, the Future Homemakers of America, and here it is.
And they've got a big piece of apple pie right in the middle of the float. And, of course, the baseball take off on the Chevy jingle. And coming up next, this is Miss Carterville. And Kelly Gentry, the free fair queen, coming into your screen right now. Kelly Gentry of Carterville, looking very pretty with roses and a crown. She's Miss Carterville.
And another twosome from Carterville coming up right behind that, too.
That's right. These are the petite ones. Little Miss and Mr. Carterville. They're sponsored by the Lions Club of Carterville. Little Mr. and Mrs. Carterville.
Again, we want to thank all the underwriters who have help us in bringing you the Apple Festival Parade each year. Conscientious local business people who think enough of this event to help us defray the expenses so you can take a look at it.
Right, Little Mr. and Miss Carterville just passes, Donna Colby and Ryan Patrick. And next, coming into your screen right now, this is a Princess contestant. This is Michelle Marie Johnson. Michelle's 5 years old. She's the daughter of Dolores Farmer of Murphysboro. That's Michelle Marie Johnson, 5 years old and looking real pretty in a pink dress today.
A little bit of a lull here in the parade now as, you know, a couple years ago, a train stopped the parade and we had about a 5-minute lull, but it'll be coming along now because we're about halfway through and we have not quite halfway, so you got a lot of parade left.
That's right.
And it's a lot of clowns, a lot of bands, and just a lot of things to see.
I guess these lulls give us a chance to run out for some cider.
Apple cider, apple pie.
Apple, anything that you could possibly want. A lot of apple balloons floating around. Yeah, throwing candy even. Remember when I was young up in Central Illinois, that was a big crowd pleaser. Fill your pockets and then grab paper sacks and fill them up with candy.
Okay, now we're going to have more bands. We'll have more baton twirlers coming up here. This guy on the motorcycle is having quite a time. Here's some more baton groups coming into view.
That's right. This baton group, I believe, is from Grand Tower, the Grand Tower Towerettes. They've got a clown in the back of the truck leading them on. These are the Grand Tower Towerettes being led on the drums by a clown. They're keeping a beat from Grand Tower, Illinois. One of many, many baton groups you'll be seeing, and you have seen. Like Irvin, I mentioned, they start at such a young age. Some kids that you wouldn't even guess that they could barely walk, and they're out here and obviously know how to treat a baton, know how to twirl. They've probably been in it since they were youngsters, and I know that several of my friends continue in it and get real accomplished by the time they're teenagers.
It was nice to see the band that they had was one clown on the back of in a trailer playing the drum, and these kids were really enjoying marching to that band music.
It helps keep the beat because it takes a lot of coordination to twirl the baton. A lot of people don't realize it, but to throw it and to manage it takes a lot of rhythm and coordination. That probably helps them keep the beat. We've got another band.
A little bit of a pause as we take this shot down the street now, looking at the next group that'll be coming into view. A lot of preparation takes place for the 4-day festival here in Murphysboro. Now tomorrow, the festival ends today, and tomorrow they'll begin making plans for next year's Apple Festival. And as we said, it is the big event in the area, the biggest parade.
The crowd's enjoying it, and this band is from O'Fallon, Illinois. It's the O'Fallon Band.
Okay, this group now has been in the parade several years. The principal is Robert H. Bellina, and I'm sure many of you people in the Ziegler and Royalton area remember Bob Bellina, son of Americo Bellina over there. The superintendent there is Maurice Hesse. The band director is Vincent Cosmano. Associate director Eunice Seaman. They in 79 were the grand champion here at Murphysboro. In 80, the reserve grand champion. 81, the reserve grand champion in Murphysboro. 1981, the best parade band, first place overall. The O'Fallon Township High School Band. Let's pick up their music now. O'Fallon High School Band.
The Marching Panthers from O'Fallon. They're followed by another prince contestant, rather. This is Brian Coring, and Brian's 8 years old. He's a prince contestant this year at the Murphysboro Apple Fest competition. He's 8 years old. He's the son of Curtis and Mary Ann Coring of Murphysboro. That's Brian Coring, 8-year-old Brian Coring, dressed to kill in a suit and a boutonniere.
Another baton team now. The Chariots will be coming into view here, the baton drill team.
That's right. They're sponsored by the VFW in Millstadt, Illinois. VFW Auxiliary 7980 sponsoring this baton and drill team. They're the Chariots. Looks like there are mixed groups of boys and girls in this. Carrying the banner there, the Chariots. The baton drill team there from Millstadt, as we mentioned. Just one more example of the way the Southern Illinois community has gotten very, very involved in the Apple Festival. It's really a compliment to the city of Murphysboro. We even have bands from as far away as Cape Girardeau and the Dalmatian Club of St. Louis, and even a group of marching band from Kentucky. So people all over the area are getting really involved in the Apple Fest.
The theme is music, and of course you will hear all kinds of music here with the big bands we have in the parade, and some of the smaller bands like the one following this group now.
From Millstadt, and now coming into your screen, another princess contestant. This is Betty Ann Klump. Betty Ann is 6 years old. Her parents are Larry and Deb Klump from here in Murphysboro. That's Betty Ann Klump, a princess contestant here at the Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade. It's a beautiful day, as we mentioned. You should, if you're, we're happy to have you watching in TV, and we're also happy to have everyone that turned out here, a beautiful crowd on a beautiful day. This is Betty Ann Klump of Murphysboro, princess contestant. Pretty girl waving to the crowd.
Again, we want to thank the local underwriters who have helped us bring you the parade. Local production costs for this program have been obtained through grants from the City National Bank of Murphysboro, from Frederick J's Restaurant of Murphysboro, First Federal Savings and Loan of Sparta and its branches in Carbondale, Murphysboro, and Steelville, and the Lustor Corporation in Murphysboro. Additional funding has been received from Mills Distributing and Catalog Showroom, from the Venegoni Distributing Company of Murphysboro, from Williams Air Conditioning and Heating of Murphysboro, and from Penn Aluminum, north of Murphysboro. These fine underwriters help us defray the production costs that, of course, really build up and bring you something like this. Well, there's a cowboy. That guy's got to be from Texas.
He might be from Texas indirectly, but I think he's from the Trademark Flea Market. I was out there 2 Saturdays ago and met him. His name escapes me right now, but he's a good guy. Looks like he's ready to draw, too.
Okay, we're going to have more floats, more bands, and more events in the big parade here, the 31st Annual Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade. Irv Kilpie, along with Lois Thompson, bringing you coverage of this 31st Apple Festival Parade, the big event in Southern Illinois. Here's a float coming into view.
That's right. This one's sponsored by the Christian Lay Council and Thrift Shop. And the theme of the float is Feed My Children by the Christian Lay Council and Thrift Shop. And in keeping with the music theme of the Apple Fest Parade, it says, "Love is perfect harmony." Number of children on the float, and it's sponsored by the Christian Lay Council and Thrift Shop, also their food bank.
All the newspapers in the area are here covering the parade today, taking pictures, and the other stations in the area here. And we are, of course, bringing you complete coverage of the entire parade, and hope you're enjoying it. This parade right down the main section of Murphysboro each year.
But it's nice to see all these children, because there are a number of them watching the parade, and there are also a number of them in the parade. And one of those is Kimberly Passmore. Kimberly's a princess contestant this year. She's the daughter of Marva and Louis Passmore in Murphysboro. Kimberly's 6 years old, one of the many princess contestants you'll be seeing today and have seen, along with the queen contestants, the Apple Fest queen contestants coming up in just a little bit further on in the parade. We also have a lot more baton and drill teams for you, lots of good things.
Okay, now one of the big bands in this parade from a town just up the road a piece from Murphysboro, DuQuoin, the DuQuoin High School Marching Indians. And Jackie Minton is the director of this band, brought this band to Murphysboro for several years, and of course they are crowd pleasers too. They're consistent winners at the Illinois High School Association State Organization Contest, participating in the Apple Festival and the Old King Cole Parades. They perform at all the home football and basketball games, and multiple home parades in and around DuQuoin. But they are one of the fine bands in the area, the DuQuoin High School Marching Indians. Jacqueline Minton is the director of this fine band. Marching Indians. We're going to have another team of ponies now in a wagon. This is from Reese and Luker.
And they hail from Pinckneyville, Illinois, the ponies.
Murphysboro Shrine Club always gets involved in the festivities here at the parade too, and other things that go on during the big 4-day celebration at the Apple Festival. We're going to see a float now with the Murphysboro Shrine Club.
That's right, it's nice. The businesses, the clubs, the community, everyone seems to get involved and have a good time at Murphysboro Apple Festival. As Irv mentioned, I believe this is the Shriners Club coming up, right?
This is the Murphysboro Shrine Club, and you see the fez on their float there, of course.
Uh-huh.
There's the Murphysboro Shrine Club. Right behind that is another princess contestant. She's going to be hidden by that shrine fez, it looks like.
But she's there. She's Jessica Rucker, and she's the daughter of Bryce and Sue Rucker from Carbondale. Another of the princess contestants, that's Jessica Rucker, and Jessica's waving to the crowd, holding her flowers.
Jessica is the daughter of Bryce and Sue Rucker.
And every year, Smokey makes his appearance here at the Apple Festival. And here's the float coming into view now. The National Forest is alive with music float, the U.S. Forest Service.
Here's a couple of wilderness friends.
Shawnee National Forest. Smokey waving at the youngsters in the crowd.
He's got his buddy Woodsy Owl there, too, in the back of the truck. And it looks like some very nice taxidermy, too. Some stuffed animals looking very realistic on that float. Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service.
The Salem Community High School Band will be coming into view now, and they have a list of accomplishments here you just wouldn't believe. In 1980-81, second place in the Greater St. Louis Marching Band Festival Class A competition, third place in the Illini Marching Band Festival Field Competition Class A, first place in the Centralia Halloween Parade. 81-82, first place in the Old King Cole Marching Band Festival competition. First in Old King Cole Parade competition. Best Color Guard, Old King Cole. Grand Champion, Old King Cole. Illini Marching Band Festival, 8th place. Illini State University Band Festival, 8th place. In 82 and 83, drums at Apple Time, Old King Cole Festival. The Illinois State University Marching Band Festival and the Vandalia Halloween Parade. The band hosts the annual Little Egypt Marching Band competition on October 2nd of this year. The Salem Community High School Marching Wildcats. Dr. Terry McLean is the principal. Dr. Robert Raber is the superintendent. William Heslop is the band director. Salem, the Salem Community High School Marching Wildcats. Here they are. Salem Community High School Band, the Marching Wildcats. You'll notice behind most of these bands, a big van that they need to carry all the equipment, the percussion and the tubas and all the sousaphones and the big instruments.
Probably takes some doing to transport all that. The Marching Wildcats from Salem, and following them, Prince contestant Corey Smith. Corey's the son of Tenley and Stephen Smith of Sparta, Illinois. That's Corey Smith, one of the Prince contestants, a cute little towhead. He's dressed up nice in a plaid vest. He's just taking it all in. He's checking out the crowd today. Waving once in a while. That's Corey Smith from Sparta. And a Prince's contestant following him, this is Nicole Theed. Nicole is 5 years old. Her mother is Julia Theed of DeSoto, Illinois. That's Prince's contestant Nicole Theed. Nicole's 5 years old. She's waving to the crowd. She's got her carnation clutched in hand. Nicole Theed.
We have another float now that'll be coming into view in just a moment. Another patriotic float. And, of course, you have to have a wonderful float like this when you have this type of parade. And even though our theme is music, 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 the DuPont post number 513 has the Statue of Liberty and the flags and, of course, it's the VFW post. And we get a big round of applause from the crowd appreciating the VFW from DuQuoin.
That's right, or that's another example of the great participation of groups in the parade and in the festival. That's, of course, from the DuQuoin VFW Post 513. Very patriotic float with a number of children on it and a Statue of Liberty replica. Looks very, very nice.
And coming up another crowd, please, always a little motor scooters. You know, these guys have a great time here, weaving in and out of the crowd, just enjoying themselves. Shriners.
That's kind of an art, driving that way, because I've seen them do some... I mean, you swear that they're going to bump into each other, and then they don't. I wonder if there's a school where they learn Shriner driving. It's tricky. This is the first time I've seen them on mopeds. They're usually on those three-wheel vehicles.
And in the little tiny Model T Ford replicas, you know,
right.
Little cars.
Right. I guess this is the wave of the future, the mopeds.
You know, the childhood comes back to these guys, right?
That must
Williamson
be it.
County Shrine Motor Patrol. Another float coming up now on the back of this truck pulled by a trailer. Sad Sack number 10, Mount Vernon, the Ambet. And I guess quite a few of them are on the back of this float.
It looks like it, yeah, with the Apple Fest theme, a big, big apple decorating the top of the truck there. It looks like they're dragging along a yard bird.
Of course, these fellas in there, but Sad Sack was a little character that was carried in the Stars and Stripes newspaper back during World War II.
And we've got another crazy guy in a car. And this is Prince's contestant coming onto your screen right now. This is Jamie Lynn Wilson. Jamie's the daughter of Stan and Stacy Wilson of Campbell Hill. She's 6 years old. That's Jamie Lynn Wilson, and she's a cutie. She's got a white dress on, looking real nice here in the sunshine of the Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade. I'm sure this must be a thrill for all the youngsters, as the people that are participating in the marching bands, lots of marching bands.
Right, we have a band coming up now from Marshall County High School, the Marching Marshals in Benton, Kentucky. The Owensboro Marching Contest in 1980-81. They won the Mayor Cup and the Grand Champions. For Grand Champions, they won first place in Class AAA. Listen to this round of applause they get. Second place in Flags and Rifles, superior rating in 1881. And the Russellville Marching Contest, first place with Flags and Rifles, Festival of Champions, second place large class superior rating, Kentucky Music Educators Contest. They got a superior rating from every judge. The MCHS Band has represented the state of Kentucky at the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida, the Bicentennial Parade in Washington, D.C., and Marching Bands of America Grand National Championship in Jacksonville, Florida. The Marching Marshals were also nominated by the National Band Association to their list of 10 best bands in America. The name of the principal is Bobby Miller, Reed Sanders, the superintendent, and Joe Pettigrew is the band director. Jackie Wayland is the associate director. Listen to this round of applause, the Marshall County High School Marching Marshals. And this, I guess, is one of the most popular bands here today. And they've come a long way from Benton, Kentucky. They've won a lot of honors. We're going to listen to them as they march. It's a very large group, 164 in the wind and percussion, 63 total number in the auxiliary. The school's enrollment, of course, it is classified as a large school. The school's enrollment is 1,150. Let's listen to them now. The Marshall County High School Marching Marshals. Marshall County High School Band from Benton, Kentucky, the Marching Marshals, the 1981 Drums at Apple Time champions, and the crowd here really showing their appreciation.
That's right. I think this band is a definite favorite, and as Irv mentioned, they're the 1981 winners of the Drums at Apple Time competition. They're really appreciated from the sound of the applause here at the Apple Fest Parade.
And here comes now someone that I know this whole crowd is looking forward to meeting. She's going to get a big round of applause, I know. And we want to congratulate her on her showing at Atlantic City. We're all very, very proud of her. She'll be coming into view. Here she is right now. Miss Illinois, ladies and gentlemen.
Jolly Jeffers, and she looks beautiful. In a fuchsia-colored gown, in a white Cadillac. She looks nice. That's Miss Illinois Jolly Jeffers. Very, very glad she could be here with us today, as was Jim Thompson, the Grand Marshal of the parade. And we're happy to have you here at home watching us on TV at the Murphysboro Apple Fest Parade.
I want to mention again now that this is live, of course, today, but tomorrow we're going to be replaying the tape that we're making right now, and that'll be at 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. You might pass that along to all the youngsters who are in the band, people in the baton groups and so forth, all the Prince and Princess candidates. Be sure to tell them about it.
Yes, and here now in your screen, in the cream-colored Fiat, this is the March of Dimes poster child. Her name is Celine Cummins.
Here's the March of Dimes poster
Celine D.
child.
Cummins.
Let's hear it for
March
her.
of Dimes poster child for 1982. Celine D. Cummins in your screen right now. Beautiful, cute little blonde with a bow in her hair, an apple bow. Blonde, the 1982 March of Dimes poster child.
This crowd appreciates her, and we're happy to have her in the parade today. And happy to have you. And again, we want to thank the underwriters for bringing you coverage of the parade. Herb Trophy here along with Lori Thompson, and it's we still have several bands and floats and interesting things to show you in this parade as you enjoy the best seat in the house.
Right, coming up next, we've got a float and drill team sponsored by the Murphysboro Youth Club. They're called the Ravens and the Ravenettes, and their theme, in keeping with the parade theme today of music, 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 is music is happy people, and you can't argue with that.
A lot of music.
Lots of music, lots of great bands. Like we mentioned, they've come from states, faraway states, Kentucky, Missouri. The participation hasn't just been limited to Southern Illinois, but even neighboring states getting in on the Murphysboro Apple Festival.
And some of the bands that come from Illinois even drive a long way, like up in Alton and
Right.
Kentucky and places like that.
Yeah.
O'Fallon. Since we're situated here at the reviewing stand and our cameras are picking up all the intricate drill maneuvers that the groups do for the judges here who are judging the floats, judging the bands, and that's why you get a good first-hand look at things happening here in the parade.
We sure do, and boy, they've got their handful, the judges do, because we saw a lot of talent here today. Not only as far as music is concerned, but the baton competition, the drill teams, the bands, the floats. It's all been high quality. They've got their work cut out for them. We've got a bird's eye view, and we're glad to bring it to you, too.
Over 15,000 people in attendance here today. As we said, this is the big parade in the area. But there are other parades, too, and hopefully someday we'll be covering those for you, too, like the Rim Lake Parade and the Old King Cole Festival Parade. That'll be coming up next weekend.
And as Irv mentioned, you got the best seat in the house. Those are the Ravens and the Ravenettes from the Murphysboro Youth Club that just passed. That was the drill team, and they've got a float also.
They put a lot of work into that float, too, Lori.
Yes, they do. You can tell the pyramids and the three pretty girls there. In keeping with the theme of music, music, music. Their theme is Music is Happy People. That sponsored the drill team and the float by the Marching Ravens and Ravenettes, the Murphysboro Youth Club.
From all the way down to the very end of our state, we're going to be showing the Carroll High School Band in here in just a moment. But first, again, we want to thank all the underwriters who have helped us in the production. The local production costs for this program have been obtained through grants from the City National Bank of Murphysboro, from Frederick J's Restaurant of Murphysboro, First Federal Savings and Loan of Sparta and its branches in Carbondale, Murphysboro, and Steelville, and the Lustor Corporation in Murphysboro. Additional funding has been received from Mills Distributing and Catalog Showroom, the Venegoni Distributing Company of Murphysboro, Williams Air Conditioning and Heating of Murphysboro, and from Penn Aluminum, north of Murphysboro. Okay, now the Carroll High School Marching Band is coming into view. Virgil Thomas is the principal, William Edward Armstrong, the superintendent, and Jim Davis is the band director. And this band from Carroll won second place in the Deer Festival in Golconda in 1981. And by the way, that Deer Festival will be coming up in November. Third place trophy at the Old King Cole Parade in West Frankfort in 79. Third place in the Christmas Parade at Anna Jonesboro in 79. Second place trophy at the Christmas Parade in Hickman, Kentucky in 77. Second place in the Thanksgiving Parade in Carlisle County, Kentucky in 77. Third place in the Loyalty Day Parade in Marion in 77. Third place in the Loyalty Day Parade in Marion in 76, and first place in the J.C. Parade in Carroll in 74. The Carroll High School Marching Band, directed by James Davis. Let's listen to them. Okay, from Carroll High School, that great band. Coming up next now, a young lady that all of Southern Illinois is proud of, Miss Illinois National Teenager, Cheryl Crisp. And of course, all of you folks I know Harry Crisp, his wife, and of course they're very proud of Cheryl, as we all are. The Pepsi-Cola Company, they've helped us in underwriting in our festivals and our big summer fest we just completed, and of course in our big March movie marathon. And we want to thank Harry and all his group at the Marion Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company. We're all very proud of Cheryl Crisp, Miss Illinois National Teenager. Lovely young lady.
She is beautiful, and she's right in her element, too. She's enjoying the crowd, and they're enjoying her. Waving, looking real pretty in a green and lace gown. Cheryl Crisp, Miss Illinois National Teenager for 1982, and she's here today at the Murphysboro Apple Festival.
Well, you know, every parade has a showstopper, and here are the showstoppers, because it says so right on the big sign in front of them. The showstoppers, the pom-pom drill team.
That's right, that's their name, the showstoppers. They range in age from about 5 to about 15, and they're good with the pom-poms.
They're from Marion, Cheryl Crisp's hometown. Marion, of course, is the county seat of Williamson County, so that proves that all the counties around here are represented, with West Frankfort and Franklin County and all the others.
That's right, great participation from the community and the surrounding communities, because it's a good time. Everybody enjoys getting in on it because it is such a nice time.
Okay, from the West Side Church of God, now here's a float. There is music in my soul, and of course we can't forget the religious music. We have all the other types of music here today.
That's right, that's the theme of the parade, and the floats are in keeping with that. And like we mentioned, we're at the judges' stand here. We're kind of taking it all in, and they are too. They're watching all the floats that pass by, and the drill teams and the bands, and making their evaluations about the winners. Lots of talent represented here today, and lots of pretty floats. This one, as we mentioned, is by the West Side Church of God, and coming up after that, I believe we have Miss Wabash Valley. That's Melanie Greatline. Miss Wabash Valley for 1982. She's dressed in a hot pink outfit. She's waving to the crowd, got her tiara on. That's Miss Wabash Valley for 1982. Her name's Melanie Greatline.
Every year, Marion tells me that they have trouble getting enough convertibles and golf carts lined up, you know, to show the queen candidates and the prince and princess candidates. And since they're starting to manufacture more convertibles now, maybe Marion will be happy.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a few more to choose from. But a lot of nice cars, too, here. This Firebird, for instance, carrying Miss Wabash Valley, Melanie Greatline.
We have a band now from the Century High School, the Century Senior High Band. We want to mention some of their accomplishments. They placed 5th in the Appletime Parade competition, placed 3rd in the King Cole Festival in 1980, and placed 3rd in the Little Egypt Marching Festival Parade in 1981. Placed 3rd in the Golconda Deer Festival Parade in 1981. Bob McIntosh is the superintendent at Central High School. Gary Moore is the band director. The Century High School Junior Senior High Band. And we'll pick up now some of the music from this fine band. They'll start performing here in front of a reviewing stand. All the bands do, because they know the judges are here to watch them, and you'll see that band director and the drum major give the downbeat here. Here we go.
back, that's the Century High School Band, and they're being followed by the DeSoto Homecoming Queen. The Homecoming Queen from DeSoto, Illinois. That's Paula Duncan. Riding in the Jeep, that's Paula Duncan, the queen, the homecoming queen of DeSoto this year. Paula Duncan here at the Murphysboro Apple Festival Parade. She's followed by Carrie Inbelt. Carrie is the princess. U-Belt. Carrie U-Belt. She's the DeSoto homecoming princess, followed by the DeSoto, following the DeSoto homecoming queen, Paula Duncan.
Okay, now we have coming into view the U.S. Navy Flying Rifles drill team and colors. When we get up here, we want to try to pick up, if we can, some of the commands that come from the guy who's in charge here. Usually they do a great job, precision drill team, the U.S. Navy Flying Rifles drill team and colors. Let's see if we can pick up some of the sounds here if they do some of the maneuvers right here in front of the reviewing staff. Let me hear it.
It looks like they found him from the appearance of this drill team here. They're called the Flying Rifles. That's the drill team in colors from the U.S. Navy represented here.
We're going to have another band coming into view now.
This one's from Cobden, home of Peach Day.
Okay, the Cobden Unit School District number 17. Principal of the school is Bob Schulter. Mr. Doris Garner is the superintendent, and Mrs. Corrine D. Brown is the band director. They've been marching 2 years. They won first place in the Veterans Day Parade at Anna, the Memorial Day Parade at Anna. Third place in the Anna Christmas Parade. Fourth place in the Old King Cole West Frankfort Parade and the Apple Festival Parade. We're going to pick up the music now of the Cobden Unit School District number 17 band. Now for 2 years. We mentioned earlier that West Frankfort is going to be the scene of the Old King Cole Festival next weekend. We're going to have a float coming up now from West Frankfort. It's the West Frankfort Chamber of Commerce float, and that'll be followed by the West Frankfort Band. But that's going to be another big event next weekend in West Frankfort, so be sure you attend that too. Support all these parades and festivals taking place in the area.
That's right. That's the lovely thing about the autumn. It seems like there's always a good festival going on, and this one in particular. With parades, it's been going on since Wednesday, and this is kind of the highlight day of the parade, with the festival, with the parade being held today, and lots of things going on tonight in the way of music and celebration and just more of the Apple Fest. It's the final day, so we're glad to have you at home watching on television. And as we mentioned, this float is from the West Frankfort Chamber of Commerce, and Bobby Cunningham, the Miss King Cole type. No, Kim Gailey.
Kim Gala is Kim Gala is the Princess Flame, and Bobby is the little King Cole.
Right.
That was from last year. Of course, there'll be new ones this year.
Sure, next week, right, Irv?
Right. End of the week next week. And of course, following the West Frankfort float, You have to have the West Frankfort High School band, the Marching Redbirds. Gail Borton is the principal at West Frankfort. Our good friend L. Goebel Patton is the superintendent. Mike Thomas is the band director. This band won first place for the last 4 years in the Illinois High School Association Band Contest. They're the first band of the